Hello, welcome back. My name is Topher and this is my journey of playing RS3 for the first time in over a decade. Oh, I'm also doing this on my first ever Iron Man account, so let the adventure continue. Alright, hello, welcome back. This is episode 2, so like we ended off in the first episode, I'm going to be working on the activity tracker, the bow and arrow path, and get into ranging. So once I've gotten through some of that, we will see where else it takes us. I'm assuming that it would take us to actually using our bow, I would hope. Picking flax. I wonder if it's still a moneymaker like it used to be in the good old days. Probably not, but I can dream and relive my golden days as a 12-year-old working the fields. All right, so it looks like we've completed the bow and arrow path, and now we are going to go on to the way of the ranger path, and like it says, learn the art of ranged combat. So we'll get on doing that, and I'm hoping that right after this, the next path would be magic, because I'm really interested to see if they are going to have like a rune crafting mechanic. I know it's free to play, so it might not. Um, but I'm interested to see if they go that route with magic as well. Because with range, like I did fletching, it had me craft everything from scratch, which I actually really like, especially since I'm playing on an Iron Man account. I really feel like instead of just kind of giving you all the items, it really helps you kind of get a basic understanding of the skills and how you get basic things as an Iron Man. Okay, and that is a way of a ranger completed. So it looks like we are going to go towards magic. So, okay, so it does not look like it will have us making runes, but we will see if that changes, because I feel like I've been wrong about most things so far in this tutorial. So we'll see if we get to do rune crafting. Okay, so this is interesting. Instead of like a normal staff or something, it's a small wizard wand. So let's make that. And side note, I really like the crafting interfaces you get when you are crafting things. Um, I think that's just a really cool feature. Like it's just nice to see that they've made some adjustments to like the interfaces and how things are crafted. But because I am a greedy little Iron Man, I before I go and start killing shit with magic, I am going to make a set of magic armor. Okay, so I accidentally clicked on this little lady over here, and okay. So there's also challenges, and I've heard about like the dailies, and like a lot of RuneScape 3 is, dailies and weeklies. And people kind of feel like it's like a live service game. I think that's the term, where you just pretty much like get shit for logging in, like once a day or something. But I think that's a cool feature. I don't know what the rewards are, so oh, this says none, so probably nothing. Um, but I think that's like an interesting concept. I don't think I would love to see that in old school, but I think with the direction that RS3's gone, I really like the challenge aspect of it and the dailies and the weeklies. All right, so in the Way of the Wizard path, it actually like formally introduces you to Slayer, gives you an enchanted gem, gives you spiked gauntlets that you have to grab to be able to, I think, attack. I wasn't really reading the dialogue. But I think that's really cool, again, that they're introducing you to so many skills so early and just giving you a well-rounded picture of what you can expect to do, and kind of aspects of those skills. Like with Slayer, like with old school, when I first got back into old school, um, I had no clue if I didn't read the wiki that some monsters you have to wear a nose peg or stone boots or things like that. So I think it's really interesting how early on they introduce you to that concept. Oh, wow, some of the NPCs are voiced. So I heard that there was a mod, or maybe I'm thinking of World of Warcraft. But wow, I did not know that they had voice acting for some of the NPCs in RS3. That's really cool. So, an interesting design choice that I don't love. Oh, let me turn off the audio. Um, is that they have you killing these for the way of the wizard path, but yet their weakness is arrows. So I know they talked about, some monsters are weak to specific elements, but I think it's interesting that then they have you kill monsters for a Slayer task using the wrong combat type. Um, just a weird little thought. That's a weird design choice for me. All right, so it looks like I am done here, and now it is telling me to go to Lumbridge. I think I am going to go and do the other paths really quick, just like the Smith the melee armor, and an introduction to prayer. Even though I know what prayer is, I will always take a prayer potion. I doubt they're as expensive as they are in old school, but just in case, I will gladly take what I can get. But once I get those completed and get over to Lumbridge, which now this is making sense that this is kind of like the tutorial island location, but I think it's just not closed off like tutorial island is in old school, which I don't hate. I think that's cool. Gives new players like a lot of interaction with current players that can, just hang out here. But yeah, I will be back once we are in Lumbridge. Okay, I feel much more at home here. Back in Lumbridge, and I got Dwarven Army Axe. The steel hatchet, when wood cutting normal trees, whatnot. Alright. Oh, it also gives you plus 3 XP when mining copper and tin, crafting soft leather, clay. Damn, so it gives you plus 3 XP for just about everything. Oh, it's a play on a Swiss Army knife, I think. Unless I'm just an idiot, but I'm like 99% sure. That makes sense in my head, so I'm going with it. Yeah, so we're here. I mean, we still have like paths, but we're out of the tutorial land and we can kind of do whatever we want. Um, so I think the only right thing to do is do what I do on every other RuneScape account I've ever made and complete Cook's Assistant. Okay, so I got distracted and saw some imps, and there's imp hide now, which I had no clue was a thing. So I'm curious to see what that's used for. Oh, you can make an imp-horn wand, shield. Oh, wow. Okay, that's interesting. So you can make armor out of imps now. Interesting. All right, that is Cook's Assistant done. First quest in RS3. The quest is a little bit different than I remember, obviously, with having to get like the super large egg and the top quality milk and the fine flour. But I think that's like a unique change. It makes you talk to some NPCs. And I get 20 sardines. Do you even get anything from Cook's Assistant in old school? I don't think you do. Maybe some coins and some cooking XP. But yeah, now I have 20 sardines. Sick. Okay, so the more I look at the quest log, I just had it pulled up. That's prayer. So they have it set up basically like as Pathfinder. So it basically tell you what you should do in what order. I'm assuming by like difficulty level, progress, things like that. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and knock out a few more quests and go from there. Are you going to kill me? I have some questions. Yes, now die. Um, yeah, you're dying, bud. Just shot that old lady with a fucking arrow. Of course you're gonna die. Oh, and I get his bow. It's a pity that I had to kill him. No, I don't think so. And then I'm assuming because they said that the next one's using magic that I have to use range. Okay, makes sense. And that is the second quest completed. I got main hand and offhand sword, charge bow requires no arrows, and Caitlin's staff requires no air runes. And access to the Lumbridge Catacombs dungeon. Sweet, on to the next. And that is the Restless Ghost complete. I got a prayer lamp and 5 ancient bones that give 200 prayers each. Nice. And that one, again, not too much different than the original. Some slight changes. So I think that's going to be a common theme I'm going to see here is that a lot of the original quests are going to be very similar, but with just some slight tweaks. Hi, future me here. Just adding this to showcase why I added this exact note into the intro of the first video, because the next 8 minutes of this video is pretty much me being completely wrong about everything I am saying right here. So enjoy and laugh at my stupidity. But so far none of them have been awful. None of them have been too different to where I don't like it, or the changes have like negatively affected the quest. But yeah, time to keep busting quests out. Currently on Demon Slayer, and I have to say, the Silverlight looks amazing in this game. Looks really, really good. Okay, so there's actually some mechanics to this fight now. Before, it's just, in old school, it's just whacking them to death. And then looking at a screenshot of the incantation backwards that you needed. But this quest is actually really different. Like, you don't start it in that tent anymore. I can't remember if you did the trials. Oh, that might hit me. Yeah, I can't remember if you did the trials or not in the original one, like you did in this one. But interesting changes. And he is. Oh, I thought he was gonna be dead. Okay, now he's gonna be dead. Okay, easy. And I'm assuming that is Demon Slayer completed. And I got Burnix book, which is a magic offhand. I figured out that the books are offhand. And then a wand, so upgraded magic gear as well. So right now I have upgraded gear for all 3 styles. Sweet. That is the shield of
Arav. Arav.
And that is the shield of Arav completed. This one was interesting because you didn't need a second person. You just joined both gangs and took the shit. You didn't need to have another person. So I actually kind of liked that. Well, I got distracted on my way to the Wizard's Tower and I figured out divination. And by figured it out, I mean I got a level for it. Not gonna lie, have no clue what this skill does, but I'll figure that out eventually. But yeah, all I did was sit there and collect memories, I guess. So, see, I don't know what pale energy does. Divine. Yeah, so I don't know what this divine stuff is, but oh well, interesting. Wow, I have to say, the Wizard Tower is stunning now. This rework is really, really good. This little beam that sends you up, really cool. And the beginning of the quest is really cool. Instead of just going back and forth, talk to a couple people, that vortex thing, that's cool. That's a really neat change. Okay, so Rune Mysteries is totally different than it was before. It's actually really cool. So there's like diagrams in these books, and right here they are, and then you have to play the corresponding notes. So yeah, I mean, very, very different, but really, really cool. Didn't know this quest came with the remodeled Wizard's Tower. Wow, it is crazy how cool this quest is. And how different it is from old school. I mean, and how different everything looks. I mean, this is insane. This is so cool looking. It makes the quest not extremely boring and a fetch quest. This is really cool. Like, there's a dungeon underneath here now. Yeah, really solid change. It's like It's so weird seeing it like this because I expected it to be pretty much the same Rune Mysteries as it is in old school and then back when I played. That is Rune Mysteries completed. Really cool quest, and honestly, I really like the voicing of some of these quests. So I'm really excited to see what other quests they've picked, I guess, to be voiced because the voice acting was actually really good. All around, I mean, this quest is so different from what it was in old school, and honestly, for the better. This was honestly such a fun quest to do, which I never thought I'd say about Rune Mysteries in my life. So yeah, on to the next. I just remembered that resting was, I mean, still is a thing, but was a thing that they added to where you, I don't know if they could have if they had the people where you could sit down and like listen to and it restore your run energy, but I do remember like right clicking like your run energy and being able to sit down and it restore it faster. um and that's a feature that like I really just kind of forgot about, but I remember me liking it as a little kid because I didn't know about stamina pots. um but yeah, I just thought that was really cool that I figured that out. I didn't know they kept that. I cannot believe part of this quest, instead of just going and killing imps all around, three of them have just vomited on me, and I am racing one of them to get him to vomit. So, um, is it a better quest than it was before? Honestly, probably. And that is Imp Catcher completed. And with Imp Catcher completed, that gives me my first amulet, the Amulet of Accuracy, and then a Magic XP lamp, which 875. Did I get a level? Yep. That shot me up to level 10, so now I have 10 magic levels. So stats are not looking great still. Just been doing, the free-to-play quests. Haven't really messed with combat or anything that much. I still have absolutely no clue about how to divide my XP. I really feel like it doesn't have anything to do with your weapon. I feel like it has to do with your ability because I noticed when I was editing the first episode, if I go into like melee, like it has strength abilities too. Um, so I don't know. I will have to keep figuring that one out, but I feel like eventually I'll figure it out. I will get there eventually, and it's probably super simple. I just don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so I think I am done questing for a little bit. Um, I'm actually going to work on my combat skills. I just had to note that in the last episode when I was bitching about where are the trolls that throw stuff at you, they're right up there. I mean, not those specific ones, but, you know, right around there somewhere, because I didn't realize how close that area really is to right here. So yeah, they are right there. So I probably should have looked around before I started talking shit about the trolls in here. But yeah, I'm just gonna work on my combats and probably just try to experiment and figure out how I can set my style or get XP for like a specific attack style, because I still haven't figured that out. Okay, so I finally broke my rule that I kind of had set. I was really trying not to look anything up, either guides, wiki information, whatever, as much as possible. I just kind of want to experience the game for what it is as a new player, without worrying about efficiency like I was in old school RuneScape. So I did find the combat XP, the attack style type thing. It's under settings. We're very hidden away, honestly. I mean, I know it says combat XP, um, but yeah, this wasn't mentioned anywhere in the tutorial. I don't believe so. Maybe it was because I selected that I played RuneScape very recently um, at the main title screen. But yeah, so you can set it, just like normal. You can set it to be split between all three, two of them, or just one of them. You can do the same with range and magic. You can also block combat XP from specific activities. Looks like that's only PvP. I don't know if I get a membership if there'll be more. But yeah, I mean, really interesting that you can do this. I just think that they should have highlighted that in the tutorial, because if I wouldn't have looked this up, I probably would have never found this. But on that note, I think this is where I'm going to draw this episode to the end. Probably going to get some combat levels before the next episode. I want to continue on doing some quests and maybe just exploring a couple of things, new activities that are in RS3 since I have played. But yeah, with that, until the next episode, I just want to thank everybody again for watching. I hope you have an amazing day and that you've enjoyed the video. Bye.